Very good, ladies and gentlemen. This is BHAMBRA FM PSP Sports, and we're also joined by
Shane Watson here from PSP Sports as well.
And on the line with us, we are joined by top 10 ranked UK heavyweight Tom Little. Tom, thank you for your time. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, mate. Good. Just enjoying camp at the moment.
Sounds good, Tom. I believe Shane's got the first question for you, mate.
Right, obviously we've got you're on a good winning streak. You're looking good in your fights. It's like a 2.0 version of Tom Little. You're taking boxing very seriously. I mean, I'm speaking from first hand. I've been down the gym, seen you spar, seen you the work you're putting in training. Obviously, you probably had a career best win in the sense of he's an undefeated fighter and he's beat two undefeated fighters in his first two fights over Josh Sandland, who was highly ranked as well. And the momentum's really going in the Tom Little camp. So just go a little bit on what's been going on with you lately.
You know what? I've been working, as you know, Shane. I've been saying this for a while now. Like, been calling for me opportunity. It's arisen. If what we're seeing at the moment is Tom Little 2.0, I don't know how you're going to describe the Tom Little that you see on December the 17th, because things are I'm already lighter. I'm already at a better weight than I was for my last fight. The thing is, I told people what I'd do to Josh Sandland because I'm confident in my ability with the right amount of time and working on the right sort of stuff. So I knew these guys that I was selecting as well. I want to add that like I asked for these opponents. People didn't say, "Oh yeah, you've got to fight him." People wouldn't fight me. And the credit to Josh Sandland, credit to Kamil Sakalowski, and the other Tom Dallas was it? Yeah, they took the fights. Weren't the world of money on the line, so they didn't take them for money. But everybody looks at me as a weak link, as a very beatable opponent. So they tried to take their chance. Thought, yeah, we can go on the away and get Nick a win. What they didn't realise is the work that I've been putting in and how serious I've been taking the job. And I've had my eyes on bigger prizes, but I knew I had to beat opponents like that to warrant a shot like this.
And obviously, Tom, something you mentioned there, you were saying that, you know, these guys who you were fighting, that they obviously thought that you were a beatable opponent. So, I mean, do you believe stuff like that has worked in your favour when you've actually got in the ring, that these guys have underestimated you? Obviously, you've been putting in top hard work with good sparring behind the scenes. So do you believe stuff like that's worked in your favour? Yeah,
like, if you've noticed, boys, I only show a certain amount of on social media. I look quite busy on social media, but I never show people exactly what I'm doing. Or, like, you look on YouTube, there's none of my last 3 fights on there. And what I've been doing is I've been baiting. Because on paper, you look at me on paper, I'm a very beatable opponent. If I looked at myself on paper, I'd be very beatable. I'd chance a prospect with him. You'd think if he's going to go anywhere, he needs to beat this man. But paper is only good for wiping your ass on a majority of the time. And that's what I'm going to prove on December the 17th. Me on paper and me in the flesh, especially the flesh that I'm in at the moment. Me in the shape I'm in now, I take a lot of beating. Me on December the 17th, I'll be unbeatable that night, trust me.
And also, I mean, I was on social media recently, and Sam Jones, his manager, and I mean, his team have said, when you sign the contract, I mean, is the contract signed and done?
That's done, dusted, ready to go.
And also, I mean, obviously, Joe Joyce and his manager have been quite vocal, not as vocal as you, I'd say, on social media, saying how confident they are of the victory and that they're going to obviously do a destruction job on Tom Little. How does that make you feel?
You know what? That's just another egg to crack in their face. Listen, I've got no pressure. I haven't got no silver medal. I haven't got the hopes of a former heavyweight champ resting on my shoulders. But what I want to know is, how are they going to feel just before David goes out and the team and Joe Joyce comes stumbling back there? We just got knocked out by Tom. Tom just knocked Joe out. Then that's going to start playing games in his head. Then that's going to have a knock-on effect again. Listen, I've got no pressure. I've got no pressure. Everyone's expecting me to get beat, expecting me to get bashed up. The only expectations I've got to feel are the ones set in my own head. I haven't got people that expect a certain amount of me. I've just got the expectations what I know my ability is capable of. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever words come out of their mouth, to me, whatever I say, people just look at it as just another bum chatting shit, right? But Joe's got to go and fulfil these words that he's coming and doing. And if he thinks I'm going to go running from him, and he thinks I'm coming to play kiss chase, he's got another thing coming. There's a reason why the last two of me 3 opponents I've stopped. And if he thinks I can't punch, then he won't be walking forward for very long. He'll be having an oxygen mask strapped to his face and getting stretched out. In the cold, he'll be disappointing a lot of people. Which, listen, they got to be confident. Obviously they have, but they're only adding more pressure to themselves, to their cargo, which is down to them. I'm a pressureless man at the minute. I ain't got nothing to lose. People expect me to get beat. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how many people got shock faces come the 17th.
And Tom as well, that's obviously something I wanted to ask you about, because obviously, you know, Joe Joyce is being built on Dave, and obviously as part, he's in a former heavyweight champions team. So I mean, do you believe the fact that there isn't the same pressure on you as there is Joe will work in your favour? And not only that, Tom, do you believe that your sort of style is all wrong for an opponent like Joe?
Well, the thing is, he's fought amateur. He's done everything as an amateur, right? I can't take that away from him. He's done everything as an amateur, but boys, you've seen me fight, you've seen me spar. I don't do none of which like any opponent he's ever fought. He will not be over there. How to put it? I'm not your average heavyweight in style wise. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm a massive KO artist, because I'm not. Right, but if I hit you on the chin, I will drop you. But I don't fight like an heavyweight. So preparing for me, he's going to find it a very, 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 very different world when he's in there with someone who's got the reaction time of something more of a light heavyweight, super middleweight, who's worked hard for his camp, who's just come off the back of another camp. I've not got no inactivity. Yeah, they're giving plenty of time to get ready, but how long have they been inactive for? Do you know what I'm saying? Come on. They're forgetting a lot of things. They're just going off right. He did get a good win. It was a good win. But have a look a bit past that. Look a bit into that. He can have David A. He can have whoever he wants. He can walk to the ring with Jesus Christ himself beside him. It ain't going to stop what I got planned for him, because he can't prepare for me. Who would you say right here? Who would you say, if you had a fighter, who would you say to get for me for sparring?
Yeah, I mean, exactly, Tom. I mean, it's tough, as you say, because your style is so unique and different. So to get sparring, obviously, for an opponent such as yourself, would be difficult, wouldn't it, with your unique style?
Oh, definitely. And the thing is, I'm not going to the ring as the same person that I've even been for the last 3. There's things that we've started changing since the night you see me at his debut. And you boys knew yourself I was there for one reason. And the thing is, David A and his team, they like to think they're manipulators and like a chip off Adam Booth's block with the mind games and that. And what they forget is where I come from. My survival relies on talking people into buying stuff that they don't need. Now, all I had to do is do a couple of shitty little interviews just in hot eyesight. I didn't go there and make a lot of noise, but I just put the bait out. And I know David A got a big ego. I know the team got a big ego. And they went, bang, grabbed it. I caught them hook, line, and sinker, right? So, like, the thing is, this is what they're not grasping. I've worked them, manoeuvred them, and talked them into a fight without even having to say a word to them. If you get what I'm saying, and they don't understand that. Basically, I've played them like a $2 fiddle. So now all I've got to do is just go and get the result.
And I mean, I know as much as you've fought on non-televised shows now, but do you think this is the perfect time to showcase your talent to maybe millions around the world of what Tom Little was actually about as a fighter?
Now is the time. Now is the time. I couldn't have thought of a better opponent to do it against. I couldn't have thought of a better platform to do it on. And I couldn't have thought of a better card to be the undercard of. So everything is like, I believe everything happens for a reason. I'm a strong believer in laws of attraction. I've worked hard, I've paid my dues. Every setback that I've had, I believe happened for a reason. And I strongly believe now is my time. Like, I don't look at my losses as and so much of a negative. I look at them as hard-earned lessons that Joe's going to have. After I beat him, he ain't going to be finished. He'll come again. But they'll understand he tried to run before he walked, as I did. I tried to run before I could walk, before I really understood the game of professional boxing. And he will understand that on the 17th, that there's a lot more to this game than just jumping in that ring and having a fight. Because I wish it was just as simple as that. It ain't. It's not. And Joe will learn the same mistake as what I've had to learn. And you know what? He's got a good. We'll see how good his team is once he loses, when they have to rebuild him.
And Tom, one thing I want to ask you about, on the fight he had on the 20th against Lewis, and obviously I know you were there as well, watching it. What did you take away from that, and what positives do you look at for yourself to implement ahead of training camp and obviously fight night?
Do you know what? I don't really read too much into people's performances. I just looked at him and knew I've got a key to beating him. Like, I look at someone, I think I've got your number. I confirm. I looked at Ben. I said, Ben's an honest trainer. That's why I've got him around me. There's no bullshit with Ben. He'll tell me straight. He said, Tom, let's get it done. That's the one. Let's go try and get it. So me and Ben put a lot of planning into that night, just being a spectator. And yeah, I leave the watching of the tapes down to Ben. Ben comes to me with a strategy. I had my own little bits in what I think go well. But listen, you can't plan outside of a ring what's going to happen on the night. All I can do is trust on my ability, and the hard work that I put in is going to be enough. And I know that I've already got enough in the tank now to beat him. On that performance he gave that night, I could beat him now. But I'm preparing for the best Joe Joyce possible, faster, sharper, not so rigid. I'm preparing for every possible outcome. I could go out there and listen. It's obvious the boy punches like a mule. But Tony Bellew said out his own mouth that Tony Bellew's seen firsthand me spar with big, powerful men. He stood back from a spectator's point of view and watched me spar big, massive, one-punch concussive hitters, much bigger than Joyce's, and don't faze me. It don't bother me. Listen, a big puncher is only dangerous if you let him hit you. So that's just it. I'm just going to go out and I'm going to be the best me that I can bring to the table on that night.
And also, do you think, like, we know you've done the 10 rounds against Dominic Akinlade and stuff like that, all this experience that you've done the longer rounds, you know what it's like to be in the ring for a long time. And obviously, you know what it's like to lose and you know what it's like to win. Do you think this is going to come in to all your advantage ahead of the 17th of December? Yeah,
all my deeds are going to help play. Every up and every down in my career is going to play some significance in this fight and in the outcome of this fight. Everything. Like, the thing is, he had 8 rounds the other night, but they weren't the most competitive rounds. There was times when he was allowed to have a rest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He started fast. If he starts fast, I will tighten that screw and I will make him keep that pressure up, keep that work up, and we'll see what engine he's got. Because do you know what? I said to Don Charles today, and I see Don Charles today, and I said, I'll put it like this here. I'll give you a reference to mechanics, yeah? Like, you get a well-tuned engine in a sports car, finely tuned engine. If you put too much slippery grease and oil on that finely tuned engine, you will blow a gasket. You will blow the engine up. In hindsight, I'm the grease and oil. He's the engine. I will blow him up. I will take him to deep water because he hasn't been in 8, 10 rounds. When I done that with Dominic, I'd never been past 4 rounds ever in my life. And I finished the 10 rounds stronger than me and Dominic. And they were 10 competitive, hard-fought rounds. But if I would have went and fought that 10-round fight 2 days later, knowing what I knew afterwards, there's some things you only get with that experience. Do you know what I'm saying? You can only learn from it once you've done it. And he ain't been there. He ain't seen that. So that's what we plan on doing. I plan on a long night. I plan on a stressful night. I don't plan on an easy fight, and nor should he. I plan on us both going now. I'm gonna have to dig deep. I know heart and will on both sides are going to be tested. But I also know there's nothing going to stop me from being victorious. Not the devil himself.
And I mean, obviously, it's gonna be a great night of boxing. All in all, with some great fights on the card, and it's hopefully just a start for you. But also on the card, possibly it's actually not been confirmed as of yet, but Dave Allen could be rematching Leroy Thomas. Is that a fight you still want the winner of?
Of course it is. If Dave Allen wins, I want Dave Allen. If Leroy Thomas wins, I want Leroy Thomas. I want to remain on a big platform. I don't want to go back into the wayside. When I make a statement, because either way I will be making a statement, whether I beat him on points or whether I stop him early or whether I do whatever, I will be making a statement. And I just want to remain on a good platform, and whoever that is fighting, that is who it will be. But I want to fight Dave Allen. I want to fight anyone. Yeah, Shane, you know me, mate. I will fight any man as long as the numbers make the right sense and everything. I'm there. I'm game.
And also, I mean, I know it's your first, well, not the first time you've been on TV, of course. I know you've got a past of being on TV, but it's your first like pay-per-view live event on television. Is this going to be a career high payday for Tom Little as well? You would have to hope so, I suppose.
Huh?
I said you would have to hope so, I suppose. Big
yeah,
fight
no,
live on television.
it is. But it is. But do you know what? Money is money. Money comes, money goes. This year, for the people that think that I'm taking the fight for money purposes, and that because there'll be a lot of people think, he's out there for a payday and everything. You couldn't be further from wrong. They couldn't be further from being wrong. I'm not out there. I couldn't give two monkeys about the money. I mean, by saying, listen, it's nice. It'd be nice to be able to treat the kids over Christmas, and to like treat the family over Christmas. But it ain't about that. It's nice to be getting paid representation of what I'm worth. But I still know I'm worth more money than what I'm even getting paid now. But that's how confident I am on making a statement.
Well, I mean, yeah, you showed that it's not about the money. If you're already chasing future fights with people like Dave Allen or Leroy Thomas for Commonwealth titles, because obviously, if a defeat was to happen, that would not be the road. Might not be the case anymore. So, of course, it's not a money chasing thing. You want to achieve big things in heavyweight division, and by fighting Joe Joyce is definitely a step in the right direction of doing so, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. Listen, it's. Let's have this right. I'm as much Joe's ticket as Joe is mine. Like, they ain't just saying to me, we're giving you a chance, we're doing you a favour. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The thing is, somebody's picked Joe up and put him where he is. I've crawled on my belly when nobody wanted to know me and got myself to where I am. Hard work, determination, refusing when people want to tell you no. I wouldn't have it because I know I'm better than what people believe I am. Which a lot of white people believe I'm not that good is a lot of my own doing, and I understand that. And I understand that boxing is a business and people's got to look out for their own. But I've dragged myself to where I am today, to the position I'm in. And I'm going to elevate myself with my team a lot further come December.
Tom,
but Joe needs to understand that they ain't the only one bringing anything to the table. I'm ranked higher than Joe. I'm ranked higher than his last opponent. So how people can say it's a step back because I can't see how it's a step back. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and bad me off Ian and Ian's record and Ian's credentials because Ian's a good friend of mine. But if they're looking at me as a step back, then they're stupid, is all I'm saying.
Tom, as well, one thing I wanted to ask. I know, obviously, prior to Hey Bellew won, I mean, I know Tony Bellew said, when I beat Hey, I'll give him the rematch. And obviously, from your point of view, you and your team strongly believe that you will beat Joe, obviously, on the 17th. So, I mean, if you were to beat him from your end, would you oblige him and give him a rematch?
I'll oblige any man a rematch, a second shake at the stick. I will oblige any man to that. But I plan on giving him that bad of a beating. And I will strongly advise his team afterwards, keep him away from me until such a time that he's done a bit of growing and developing. Hopefully, God willing, I'll give him that bad of a beating. Because I want to move on. But, listen, I'll give anyone. Like I said to Josh Sanders straight afterwards, I said, don't keep bitching about the referee stopping it. If you want a rematch, I will give you a rematch, no problem. Ain't no hassle about that. But just stop bitching about. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, I'm a fair man. If they want a rematch, we can swing it whenever. No problem.
All right, Tom. Well, thanks for talking to PSP Sports today. I mean, good luck in camp, training, and obviously we'll catch up with you ahead of Fight Night anyway in December. And yeah, I hope things continue to go well.
All right, boys. Thank you very much.
Top man, Tom. Cheers.